What's up, everybody? Ben here. I am going to do some more progress on this two-seat RZR Pro R Ultimate I have. This is second progress of the disassembly after a crash. So go back and watch the beginning part if you'd like, but as you can see, it's most of the rear end is body parts are off. So here's a stack of parts. Most of these are broken. Some of them are good. I have started acquiring replacement parts. I need the door frame out of that, and I need these are the outer fender pieces. I got those off of a friend of mine that did, those are brand new takeoffs. And then, so I got a new lift. This is a lift from Tusk, from Rocky Mountain, ATV MC. And it's like a UTV lift that's operated by air, has a little jack in it. I'm gonna give that a shot, see if I can get this Pro R up in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and get all four wheels off and get all four shocks off. That's what I wanna do on this. And I would like to start disassembling the front end. I haven't done that yet. So this front corner, I need to get off the ground, get the shock off. I need to examine the axle. Pretty sure the axle's toast. And make sure those arms are okay. Obviously the ball joints are not. Both ball joints, upper and lower, are broken. So I've got to look into this a little bit more. I hope the arms are okay. They might not be though. I did discover a crack in the paint on a rear radius rod. This was not like this before. I found it and the paint was flaking off. It looks okay, but when there's a crack in the paint, there's something has moved on the metal. So I might just go ahead and replace these radius rods as well. Either some factory takeoffs or I would like to just go ahead and upgrade them to some nice billet ones that are pretty. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna lift this thing up. Man, I tell you what, working on this thing is not simple. Everything's big and heavy. So the lift is holding the Pro R up in the air. It's funny, it still didn't get it all the way off the ground, enough to get the tires off the ground. So I put big blocks in there. And anyways, so got the front shocks off, got the front fenders and plastics off. It's just a ton of little things, and there's a lot of electronics. Obviously, these things got antennas. Like I think this is a GPS, and maybe that's, I don't know. I think it is. Anyways, there's a bunch of stuff. Some of that's for rugged radios, I think. Some of it's for the factory electronics and stuff. But got the shocks off. I went ahead and removed more of the plastics really than I needed to. I did that because I'm wanting to paint, like these rocker panels, I'm wanting to paint a lot of that. But these three shocks look okay. The front driver's side has a few like marks. So I think it's okay, but but I might replace that fork or something like that. I got a little shock compressor tool here. I'm not sure if this one is big enough for those shocks, but I'm gonna try. Just wanna get the springs off because I'm going to send all of the springs to powder coating, along with a few other things. I'm gonna take off a few more hard parts. So that stuff isn't necessarily part of the damage repair. It's just something I'm gonna take the opportunity to do while I have so much of the car disassembled. I wanna change the colors on some things, which is also why I removed the front fenders, hoods, and stuff like that. So on the front, this latch is bent really bad enough that it broke the door frame. And some of these plastics, it doesn't make me feel good. Now, one problem is these carbon fiber aftermarket molds are not very good. So like they hadn't really been sitting great in the first place, but I want to verify, you know, that something like this isn't bent, but I don't see anything that's obvious in there. It looks pretty normal. I don't see like cracked paint or whatever. But man, there's a lot going on. So I can probably just bend this thing back. I might replace it just to make sure it's straight. Same thing for this back here, the exhaust bracket. I think I can just bend that thing back. I want to put an aftermarket exhaust on this, so I'm going to verify that that needs to stay there. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to chunk it. If it does need to stay there, I'll either replace it or try to bend it back. It shouldn't be too hard. It's just aluminum. What else? The front sway bar, I had the links removed when it was at Shock Therapy and Glamis, but they left the actual torsion bar in there for the front anti-sway bar. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. That's just dead weight. The front driver's side axle is smoked. It is definitely crooked. Has a nice bend in it. Pretty sure that tie rod is also toast. So I think I'm gonna replace that with some aftermarket tie rods. I've looked at a few models, as well as aftermarket ball joints. I've looked at a few options there as well. There's a lot of aftermarket ball joints available. I didn't realize how many there were, but there's some options. So I'm looking into that right now, and I'm gonna get those parts coming as well. All right, no problem. Got these all springs off. These are all a different size. So the front mainspring and the rear mainspring are only a couple of inches difference in height. Maybe 1 inch or 2 inches difference in height. So I might mark those or something, because once they're powder coated, you know, you can't see any of the numbers. You know, these all have some kind of number on them. That's the, you know, the spring specs or whatever. So I won't be able to see that after they're powder coated. So I maybe try to like stamp like front or rear or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna try to make sure I can remember what's front and rear on that. The little shock machine still is not big enough to hold on to the bottom of the shock body. So I'll put a ratchet strap on there. That doesn't look very safe, but I survived. The good news is I only had to compress like a couple of inches, maybe not even that, maybe like 1 or 2 cranks to get the spring to release. So. All right, basically the main part is I disassembled all the things that need to be powder coated. So got the rest of the shocks off, and these are the rear toe links right here. These are the rear sway bar links right here. I'm gonna have those powder coated. I like the way that these sway bar links look. You know, they're nice and they got the little machined pattern and stuff on them. But I'm gonna get them powder coated. All this is gonna be red, and a variety of the new parts whenever I get the new front tie rods for the steering. Those are gonna be red also. So I'm gonna get those things apart and get them to the place to get them powder coated. And a lot of work just for these things. Like you've heard me complain about before, the Pro R, everything is heavy. I mean, all these nuts, bolts, arms, axles, everything is way bigger than what I'm used to working on my Yamahas. And of course, the previous generation RZRs are also, you know, smaller than everything on these Pro Rs. They're just so substantial. Holy smokes. I think I am ready to take all these parts to the body shop. I'm not quite done with the mechanical disassembly, but I need to get these to the body shop because it's going to take them several weeks, and let's be honest, probably 2 months to get it back. I believe it's a total of 28 pieces. Some are new, some are used, some are painted already, so should be easier to smooth them out. Others, they got to start fresh smoothing them out. So as you can see, this time around, I'm going to do these over fenders. You know, they're like rough gray plastic. And I'm also going to do the rocker panels. I'm going to do this rear Polaris piece, you know, that says the brand name Polaris on it. I'm going to do those pieces this time. Also going to do some interior pieces. In my opinion, it really levels up the interior of a Pro R when you paint the dash and the console. So I'm going to do those pieces, which include some of these little bitty ones. So that's the smallest piece I'm sending. I hope it doesn't get lost. But that's a cool piece because it has the light in it on the dashboard from the factory. And then these are all the metal pieces, the roof, the doors, the windshield frame. The doors themselves after disassembly are 4 individual pieces each. And there's still that deck liner or boat deck or whatever it's called, the headliner, and there's some door liner on there too. So I'm hoping the body shop will just kind of tape that off or something or whatever, and I don't have to redo all that. But if I do, okay, at this point, what the heck. There is some light body work to be done. I'm hoping a good body guy can just kind of massage this metal to get it back out. I don't think it has to be like, you know, surely you don't have to do body filler and all that kind of stuff to just get, you know, those out. It's just sheet metal, and I'm hoping they can just kind of massage it. And I tried my best on this blanket here on the ground, kind of pushing on it and stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm sure I'll mess it up more, but I got the big dents out at least. So this is it, going to the body shop with these pieces. Here's a nice stack of broken parts. Some are broken, some are still good. Over here is a stack of parts. You've seen this already, parts that they're not completely trashed, but they have stuff like this. You know, like a tab is bent or broken or cracked or something. And so I'm gonna put them up on the racks with my other pieces. I got some Yamaha pieces up there and just a bunch of body pieces I'm gonna keep around just in case kind of thing. But yeah, that's it. Here's a new bed, another new piece in there. And I've already started receiving I think I might have actually received all of my mechanical pieces. So this is the new color. It's more red and less orange than that last color is. So the powder coat is called Astatic Red, and it is the same as my YXZ Fire that I built for my daughter Brooklyn. This powder coating is called Astatic Red. And the paint color that matches that is extremely close, if not identical, to the Chevrolet paint code for Red Hot. I have a truck that's that color, and or I have several trucks that are that color for my other company, the Soundwave. So I'm just gonna use that paint code. I held it up against Astatic Red powder coating sample, and it is just perfect. As perfect as I can tell. So anyways, that's it for body stuff. I will do another video for the mechanical things. I'm gonna start putting in some of those new parts that I have stacked over there after I get the rest of these old parts off. I still got some radius rods and some front end stuff to get off. So I'll get to those things soon and give you an update for that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.